Hi, Karina here, your Lucid Living Coach. How are you guys? If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm a healing arts astrologer, and I'm here to give you the Jupiter retrograde report here on 11/11. And it is a portal day as far as like numerology goes. We have 11/11, which is the balance between the masculine and the feminine. We have the balance of the equal parts of masculine and feminine, and then your counterpartner, which is an equal of masculine and feminine energy. It also represents a portal. So as you can see, there's two pillars. You're walking through a portal, which is into something new. And there has been a lot of shifts and changes and intensities lately. After those eclipses in September, there has been a lot of shifts and changes, and there are more ahead. We are in a Saturn retrograde, okay? And Saturn will be turning direct in November, around November 27th. And that's going to be felt, as well as today, which is the Jupiter retrograde. Now, Jupiter will be retrograde until March 10th of 2026. And what is Jupiter? Jupiter is the planet of luck and expansion. It is associated with the Sagittarius energy. However, this Jupiter retrograde is in Cancer, and Cancer is giving us a big focus on home. Okay, so home is where the heart is, and we are all going inward to find out where our heart is in our romantic and love relationships, as well as our friendships, and a huge focus on our family at this time. It could be a lot of memories and things that are coming up around childhood. It could also be that we are connecting with our family for one reason or the other. Some things are being brought together. We could also be looking into our family cycles and our conditionings, and how those cycles and conditionings have affected us and our life, and whether those conditionings are something that we want to embrace, or is it something that just doesn't serve us anymore and we need to release and let go of them. I know that retrogrades is a lot of going inward. So there is a lot of inner workings going on, not only in our home and in our family lineage and these ancestral patterns and cycles, but also about like how we care and nurture ourselves, and how we feel safe around certain people, and what people we don't feel safe around anymore. And we are looking at how are we going to go about this new life coming in 2026. There is a lot of changes coming in 2026, and this is the year of endings, as it is 2025. 2025 is numerology 9, which is completion. So there has been a lot of endings and completions, and clearing out a lot of our past thought patterns, our past cycles and patterns that are not working for us anymore. And we're clearing them out of the way to make room for the new life that we are manifesting starting next year in a 2026, which is a 1 year. And I'm super excited about that. the eclipse is on my birthday. Crazy. I'm excited about that. As well as Jupiter will be wrapping up its cycle through Cancer next year and moving into the sign of Leo. There has been a lot of focus since Jupiter has been in Cancer about how we nurture and care for ourselves, how we feel comfort and protection, and a lot around our home, and even our fertile grounds of where we come from. So Cancer is not only our family, but it is our home as far as like what country that we live in, what state we live in, and how do we resonate with living here, and what things are shifting and changing in the systems of government. What are we ready to release and change? Now, the US has a sun in Cancer, and it also has a Mercury in Cancer, where the Jupiter is stationing retrograde on the US Mercury in the 8th house, which is telling me that there's going to be a lot of going and reassessing how we communicate. So it could be like how we do business, okay? And also how we communicate, like through communication. So this is like whatever you have, whether it's Comcast or what kind of social media platforms, and like there could just be some, how are we protecting and nurturing our home against any kind of infiltration or anyone trying to tap into our networks and stuff like that. I feel that there is a lot of going inward as far as like who we're doing business with as well, and if it's serving our country. I think that's all I'm going to say about that on the US front. But when Jupiter goes retrograde, because Jupiter is that planet of growth, expansion, luck, energy, it's normally offers like gets turned inward. So it's like the review, the revision, the deep internal growth phase rather than just go big outwardly. I think that we're also going inwardly right now to recalibrate and reassess what is saying and what is going. We're clearing out and releasing and letting go of a lot of the things that just aren't providing us stability, security, safety, comfort, and that homey feeling. And this could be people or family members or friendships or the place of where we work or our business. Is it serving us anymore, or have we outgrown it? With this happening in Cancer, this emotion and home and family roots are the key themes. We're finding our emotional comforts and our emotional truths. And the last time Jupiter went retrograde was in Gemini in October of 2024, October to February of 2025. Jupiter was in Gemini, and specifically Jupiter retrograde in Cancer. It hasn't happened since November of 2013 and through February of 2014. So if you could think back of what was happening for you at the end of 2013, the beginning of 2014, as far as your home and family and feeling safe, that will give you a little idea of how this Jupiter retrograde might be reflecting some of the same things and the themes from last time. This is also a time that we're reviewing our beliefs and values around nurturing care and our family and our roots. Jupiter invites expansion of belief systems, but this retrograde invites revisiting them. So Cancer might mean like revisiting how you nurture and how you allow yourself to be nurtured, or how like your sense of belonging in your family and how that reflects maybe your feelings of belonging in society or through your friendships or your networks or your groups. Emotional security that we seek needs to be rooted in truth. So there is transformation happening in the family home and our emotional lineage and how that has affected our life. Jupiter retrograde gives a chance to restructure and heal and slow down of that outer world of trying to attain. You're going to feel this really slow life down a little bit, and we are being asked to reconsider what we consider home and safety to us. And to, this is also during the Mercury retrograde, because Mercury, went retrograde this weekend. I was out of town visiting family. What do you know? Really connecting with my grandparents. So yeah, that has definitely been something that is even relevant in my life. And Jupiter retrograde for Leo risings is in the 12th house, and it is about going inward and being able to nurture ourselves. And we find a lot of expansion and luck by being in our own company, but as well as releasing and letting go and being able to say goodbye to certain family dynamics and or friendships that are like family that might not align anymore. Prayers, please, for my papa, which is the man who raised me. He's having a hard time right now in his health, and that's why I have went away for the weekend to really get my time in and to see how I can assist or help my family during this time that is challenging. So all your prayers and good vibes towards my family is appreciated. But yeah, I mean, just Jupiter retrograde during this Mercury retrograde. Mercury is also retrograde in Sagittarius, and the ruling planet for Sagittarius is Jupiter. And so there is a lot of focus on our expansion and our growth and our knowledge, and really just learning. What are we learning? What are we learning through our family? What are we learning through our connections? What are we learning through our home and our communities? And how are we being nurtured and feeling that sense of comfort and family, even in our friendships and our communities? So yeah, very interesting times. We also are in a geomagnetic storm right now. The last time I checked, it was 8 kp. So there should be some heavy winds coming. There's an 8 kp here. A geomagnetic storm, which is really high, almost off the chart high. And so you're going to feel that in your body, because the magnetosphere is much weaker than it was before. So the sun is being active, very active. And it's going to plummet our way. It usually takes about 3 days for that wind to kick in. So we're looking at maybe Friday, some pretty high winds. This tea I curated myself. It is so good. Just add a little lemon and honey and you have the perfect like floral and citrus blend. I think that this is going to be for my Virgos and my Geminis. And I'd say Taurus and Libra because I don't know, this is such a good blend. And I will be selling these blends specifically for your zodiac because every sign is associated with a certain area of the body. And I had all these herbs and I'm curating my own formulas just for you guys. So if you're interested, please leave a comment below. I could mail them out. If you're local, I will be in Crockett at the Makers Market on Pomona Street, November 22nd from noon to 5. And I hope to see you out. I'm going to be selling some of my magic moisturizer that keeps you youthful and young and your face glowing like no other. You put it on before you go to sleep and you wake up with porcelain skin. Nice. Also, another announcement. I am having a Friendsgiving paint and sip at Revival Coffee this Saturday at 4 o'clock. It will be a 3-hour sesh. I will probably stay after to pick out on whatever you guys bring. Tickets are $55. That includes everything, canvas paint, and the instruction in painting your beautiful fall painting, which I will be painting tonight and I will be posting on my Instagram. So I hope to see you all there. And so Cancer is an emotional sign. And so we will be shedding a lot of tears, a lot of grievings of our past or our old lives and agreements as they fall away. But this will open up new portals for who we're going to be next. What are we going to embody now? So be excited. I know this is very intense and emotional and a lot that's going through our heads and on our minds. But understand that life is a beautiful ebb and flow. Things come in, things go out. I have tattooed on the back of my neck in Thai from a Buddhist monk when I was in Thailand, and it says "Duigo Pan Bai," which means this too shall pass. And whatever that you might be going through, know that it will pass. And anything that is just so beautiful and you're so grateful for, revel in it, embrace it, because that also will pass. So appreciate it while you have it. And so I'm going to go ahead and get into the card reading. And I'm going to pick some cards for this Jupiter retrograde. One just flipped over. And it is the Two of Pentacles reversed. Other right back. Ooh, the Four of Wands. Okay. And third tarot deck. Ooh, Ace of Cups, baby. All right, emotional fulfillment. Always know your worth, but first comes the heartbreak. All right, wow, these are great. So this is, these swords, because it's upside down, are falling out. You have been through a lot. You have had a lot of emotional pain and a lot of heartbreak, but things are changing. It's turning around because the Ace of Cups is next. This had come out first, and then the Ace of Cups and the Four of Wands. There is something coming in that is going to change your reality. It's going to change your life. You might be shedding a lot of the past and the old, but you have to stay hopeful for what is to come because there is beautiful things already aligned for you in another timeline. So hold on to the hope and the optimism. That's Jupiter. Jupiter brings hope and optimism and expansion, and just understand that that is here for you. The Two of Pentacles tells us that about the unison, balancing, structure, and incorporation. And this is reverse. It came out reverse. So it's a challenge. It's a challenge to keep up with all that's crowding your picture. If you continue down this busy path, you're headed straight for exhaustion. Instead, the shadow aspect of the Two of Pentacles advises you to incorporate rest. Investigate your relationships with sustainability. Ask yourself, can I keep going every day as I am today? If not, make necessary adjustments before you're forced by burnout. Put systems and frameworks in place that make whatever you're approaching manageable over time. This might require a shift in focus towards what really needs your investment at this moment. Prioritize knowing that you will approach balance again when this phase of intensity has passed, one thing at a time. Practice time blocking. Using a calendar, set aside specific hours for all that you are currently balancing. Yeah, there's this like digital calendar and list maker, and you plug it in and you could like write down your list, to-dos, and I want one. That's gonna be on my Christmas list. All right, let's get into some oracles. Ooh, the Swan. Pop right out. This one. It is a water card. This Jupiter retrograde is in the emotional water sign of Cancer. Effortless creativity, sensitivity, mystic, elegant power. The swan represents the heightened creativity, and in Hindu mythology, the goddess Saraswati, the embodiment of language, creativity, and artistry, rides on the back of this graceful creature. The swan is ready to take us there, to the fluid realm of writing, creating, and reflecting. This potent and healing energy is not to be taken for granted or taken lightly. When the swan card appears, your soul is calling for attention, for solo time. An inner voice is waiting to be heard, an inner vision likely to be revealed. When in balance, infinite creative power. When out of balance, aggregated, snippy, and lacking vision, and to bring into balance, solo time and writing. So that's all for those rising Leos out there with Jupiter in the 12th house of going inward, the undoing, and being alone. All right, let's go ahead and pick from the Starseed Oracle. This is a favorite of a lot of people because they're beautiful. For the Jupiter retrograde. Come on. this one. Water your garden. Nourishment, body care, tenderness, and rest. So that was huge for this full moon in Taurus. Taurus is about getting back into our body and feeling and being present in our body. And definitely a lot of people were experiencing that. Myself, 2 weeks in a row was physically injured at work, and it really forced me to take care of myself and rest and nurture and take salt baths and relax and use my red light therapy and just focus on healing my body. If you were sick at this recently, you have to nurture yourself back to health. You have to bring yourself back to health by like eating healthy and drinking teas and taking supplements and eating healthy. Water your garden. It's 120. So this the Earth is a seasonal planet, and as such, you're a seasonal being. It's a cyclical thing. You can't be on and in full bloom month after month, day after day. You're strongly being called to put on the brakes during this retrograde. Rest and refuel. To take a moment to restock, replenish, and slow right on down. Your body is the only body that you're given, and it needs to be respected as such. You're being called to take responsibility for your well-being, to put your health and body first. I know it can feel like time is running out, and if there are urgent things that simply can't wait. However, if you keep putting on, or if you keep pushing on, soon fatigue will set in. This way of living isn't sustainable. If anyone continues to race through life, eventually they will reach exhaustion, and it will take longer to recover than it would have done to rest. Immune system disorders and mystery illnesses are becoming more common because we're putting too much pressure on our bodies to keep up with the incestuous pace of modern life. How are you being called to put on the brakes? To rest, restore, and rejuvenate? When was the last time you took a holiday or had a full weekend or day or vacation or afternoon off? Look after your precious body and mind. Give yourself enough time to recover. When you find yourself running on your reserves, there is enough time. Life will bend towards you when you do. What is your body yearning for at this time? So, in this expansion of the Jupiter energy, it is a cardinal energy, and the cardinal earth is Capricorn. And this is about coming back to your body. And I'm going to pick a archetypes card. See, the ring and the castle. These two came out. They're really pretty. I don't want to do both of them. So, bang. 179. Okay, the infinite, the wheel, the connection. The ring is an image of connectedness. Rather than viewing life as linear, as a series of progressive achievements, the ring challenges us to sense this cynical, infinite nature of our world and experiences. Beginning and ending fall by the wayside as we practice seeing ourselves as part of the cosmic circuitry of creation. For this reason, it's no surprise a ring is worn on the finger to represent in eternal love that surpasses space, time, and worldly things. So much can be projected onto this archetype image because it mimics the Earth's orbit around our great sun and the intimate bond between two lovers. It is the micro macro united. This card calls us to deepen connection with self and other and the world at large. Meanwhile, there may be a literal ring waiting to adore your finger. Connectedness, humility, sacred cycles, when it's out of balance, unconscious, repetition, starving for connection and to bring into balance. I live my life by widening circles. And then let's go ahead and read the castle. Pretty card. Castle 149. The palace, the penthouse, the fortress. It's no wonder fairy tales tell of sleeping princesses within castle walls. Like most archetypes, the castle is loaded with duality. It represents abundant riches, seductive fantasies, ornate wonders, and lavish adornments. Yet the walls are thick, cold, and shadowy. This card points to a tendency to hold on to possessions or positions that project the image of achievement, while the soul longs to run barefoot in the forest, leaving it all behind. At times, we must settle down, yet the castle lulls us with its spell of materialism, and we fall asleep to our deepest dream. The castle can be motivating force, an enchanting goal to travel toward, but it is not, it is best not to linger within its walls of decadent deception for too long. When in light, visiting your throne of power. When in the dark, stuckness, depressions, spells, and walls. And to go deeper, Rachel Whitered's house, the Tower of Babel. The card appears with the king or queen or the maiden. Know that you've entered the long-standing family dynamics that include prosperity and power. Cool. Oh, these are two beautiful cards. Really into it. I want to go ahead and finish off anyone that wanted more on the tarot. So the Four of Wands. I'm home within myself, enjoyment, contentment, happiness, and belonging. The Four of Wands signals the arrival of happy times. The universe is throwing a party and you're invited. The faculty is being alive itself warrants celebrating. Whether in the form of a professional achievement or personal important progress, there are many additional reasons to rejoice now. You've come so far. Harmony, balance, penetrate your being, and it feels oh so sweet. The sense of home plays a big role in your current happiness, offering you a pocket of rest. A feeling of belonging might appear in your physical manifestation of your birth or home, a spiritual sentiment of belonging or a relationship of familiarity. When, where, and with whom do you feel most at peace in your own self? Pay attention to when you feel like a fetus in the womb of the world. It holds meaningful hints about who you truly are. return to the observation as you pass through life stages as well. Keep its precious understanding and the memories of these secure moments close to your heart. And the Three of Swords, reverse. I feel life in all of its richness, grief, heartbreak, pain, and separation. You have endured the piercing pain inflicted by many metaphorical swords, and at last the sensation is fading. As your wounds start to mend, reflect on what they have taught you. Stand tall as you integrate difficulties, lessons. Pain has grown you. Still raw from the experience, practice caution in how you treat yourself. Tend to yourself with care. You are always absorbing. Tread carefully. Be kind to yourself to garner the effects in every area of your life. Healing is a spherical process. Give yourself a window of time to listen to a sad song, journal, take a long bath, or call a friend. Make a point of letting what arches pass through you and set the intention to release it. And last but definitely not least, the Ace of Cups. I am pure potential love, potential fulfillment, love, life force, and beginnings. Being an ace, this card indicates a new beginning and infinite possibility. Any card in the suit of cups relates to your emotional life. The Ace of Cups is the suit that relates to your emotional life. Ooh, like Jupiter retrograde in Cancer. The Ace of Cups therefore holds vibrant emotional prospects and new beginnings in love of any kind. And don't forget, you guys, Mercury retrograde always brings people back from the past. Now, the Mercury is in retrograde in the sign of Sagittarius, and then we'll back into the sign of Scorpio. Okay, so that being said, look at where Sagittarius and Scorpio is in your chart. You could be rethinking wherever this is for you. If you would like a transit reading, you can head over to my YouTube or head over to my website at LUCIDLIVINGMOVEMENT.com and order a transit reading. You could specifically let me know that you want to focus on Mercury for this cycle. A lot of things from the past. So exes come back around, friendships, just old acquaintances, old people, and they're here just to show us and teach us something before moving forward. The universe aches for you to tap into its pure loving potential. Let the radiant spark of cosmic love and what yogis call prana, which translate to life force, arise in you. You have access to all the world's invisible forces within, so make an effort to truly connect with them. Slow down, sit, and watch your internal spectacle. Gain familiarity with the life force and cultivate its warmth whenever you can. You are at the beginning of a task to shape this potential into the material realm in a pure love, which you match your heartbeat to the heartbeat of the cosmos around you. Everything else aligns in its resonance, whether it is in the form of your personal gifts or a partnership. It is time to offer your heart. At the end of the day, love is all that matters. A great way to cultivate and connect to life force is with breath work. Practice a few minutes a day and witness what emerges. All right, guys, that is all I have for you. Thank you for liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. And I hope to see you guys at my paint and sip this Saturday. If you'd like to sign up, you could Venmo Lucid Living Coach, $55. And if you and a partner or friend are coming together, it's 2 for $90. And I hope to see you at our Crockett Makers Market on November 22nd from 12 to 5, where I will be having my table with all my goods. So come out and buy some gifts, early Christmas presents for your spiritual, awesome, witchy friends. And I will see you on the next video. Peace out, your Lucid Living Coach, Karina.